Hello everybody, it's here, and welcome to my review of the SH Figuarts Makima from Chainsaw Man. Pretty darn excited about this one. I've been really looking forward to this figure. Yeah, this looks really cool. I will admit already, getting her in person, she looks a little bit thinner and more like frail than I expected her to, but I don't know why, because yeah, Makima's a pretty normal sized person. You know, all of her strength comes from, you know, the Devil Contract and all that. She's just very imposing because of it, but yeah. Definitely taken a little bit aback by how she looks in the packaging right here, but I've been really looking forward to this figure. Actually, when it was revealed, I actually thought it looked really good, so I decided to pre-order it, and since pre-ordering her, I have actually jumped into the line, picking up Denji and Power, and they're both fantastic, so I really hope that Makima will be just as great as them. So yeah, pretty darn excited about this. Before I get into this video, I'm going to ask you guys though, please, if you enjoy this video, please go down and give it a like, as it really helps support me and motivate me to make more videos and put more work and more love into my videos. So please, if you enjoy the video, go down, give it a like, and maybe subscribe if you want some more. But without further ado, let's jump into the review and start off by taking a look at the packaging right here. So we have an awesome picture of Makima right there handing you a sucker, which is an interesting accessory we'll talk about in the video. Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts, you have the figure right there. Bandai Namco, the Tamashii Nations official sticker right there. You got a picture of Makima right there. Makima on the back, you have a bunch of product shots of her right there. Yes, those legs are included. We will certainly talk about those. And the jacket is actually a soft goods jacket, so this might be a little thing to get us ready for the Akatsuki robes later on this year. And real quick, let's go ahead and just take a look at how the boxes look together here. So obviously I haven't collected the whole line. I haven't gotten Samurai Sword, or Katana Man as I like to call him, and I think he might be the only one. Oh, and of course Chainsaw Man. That's actually up for a re-release, and I actually am thinking about picking that up, so let me know in the comments if you think I should go ahead and pick up that re-release of the actual Chainsaw Man version of the Denji. But yeah, there's all of them, and let's just take a little side look right there. Pretty darn cool. I like these. I like the little different blood splatters they got there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up the boss, Makima. Alright, out of the packaging, first impressions, man, I really wasn't expecting her to be this small. Like, let's just go ahead and bring in Denji and Power here. Like, it's, I don't know, man. I guess you just really kind of, like, stretch in your mind how big Makima is because of just how imposing and, like, menacing she is. She's a very, like, average-sized person. Like, if this is actually proper scale right here, then she is a little bit shorter than Power, which I definitely was not expecting. So far, the quality's great, though. Really like the plastic quality. The joint tolerance is really nice. One thing I want to say about this figure right off the bat is that she has kind of like okay, so one issue I had with the Denji, I didn't review the Denji. I really want to. I still might actually end up reviewing it. But one thing I didn't like one of the only things I didn't like about him, honestly, I really like the figure, is that his butt right here is made of a very, like, pliable, like, plastic. It's not even, like, pliable. It's, like, barely even there. Like, it's super duper thin, and it just feels kind of weird. And I do think this feels so weird doing this to Makima, but I do think they actually did tone that back. She feels a lot more, like, sturdy and well refined, but the size really is throwing me off here. Let's go ahead and jump into the sculpting though. Starting off with the head sculpt, looks fantastic. The eyes look amazing. Look at how those eyes look. I love it. Actually, those eyes look freaking amazing. Not really seeing... Oh, actually, there might be a little bit of shading right here in the hair. Yeah, there's a little bit back there. Not too shabby. Definitely looks pretty darn good. Yeah, getting up really close to that head sculpt, it looks really good. The mouth looks a little bit weird, though. It looks like her mouth is, like, off-centered a little bit, but that might just be the expression. We'll see how the other faces turn out, though. But yeah, it looks really cool. And then you have her tie right there looking great. And just like with Denji and Power, the white is a bit of a dirty white. Maybe it's not dirty. Maybe that's just the color of white it is, because that's pretty much the same on all of the Chainsaw Man figures. So very cool. And of course, it's Makima. She's pretty darn well endowed, and I think that comes across pretty darn well. And I like how they've done the torso right here. I don't feel like Makima, because so you can see that there's no ball joints in the torso here. There is one right here for some back movement, but she doesn't really have any forward movement. But I think that they did that on purpose, because Makima's not a character you really need need to get in like super dynamic poses. She's not Naruto. She's not going to be doing like kickflips and shit. She's a very, very calm and collected character. She just kind of stands around very menacingly. So I don't really think we needed that ball joint in the torso. So I actually think it looks really, really good leaving that out right there. And then moving down to the jeans. I mean, we already looked at it earlier, but it's Makima. So I feel like we need to take a bit of a closer look at it. They absolutely killed it. Like, that looks perfect. Got the little pocket sculpted back there, and just look at that. They did not break it up at all. Like, they took time on that ass, man. They took a lot of time on that ass to make sure that it came out really, really nice. Very nice. And they got the little wrinkles right here as well. Yeah, really, really like the figure. Aside from the size, which is just kind of throwing me off because it's just not the size I expected for the figure. It's a very, very nice figure. It's probably the most well-refined of the Chainsaw Man SH Figuarts that I've gotten so far. And I will say, so, watching some other people's review, it looked like her arms were really, really thin on camera. So on camera, you might be thinking her arms are really thin, but in person, they look pretty darn normal. So I wouldn't be worried about that. Now let's go into the articulation here. So of course, there's a ball joint at the base of the neck. So you do have some downward, some upward right there, and then some tilt right here. And then I saw in some people's reviews that there's actually, I think, a ball joint right here at the ponytail. So yeah, you can kind of pose the ponytail around. That's a nice touch. I didn't think they would do something like that, but I do like it. And then moving down to the arms right here. So the cave for the butterfly isn't too big, but there is a little bit of butterfly right there. You can see she does get a little bit of butterfly right there. That is a joint that I definitely think was important. Ooh, maybe it comes out more. It looks like this. Yes, it does actually. Check this out. So yeah, there's actually quite a bit of butterfly right there. Can you cross her arms? Because she doesn't come with a crossed arm accessory, and I don't really think Makima's a character who you really need crossed arm accessories for. That's not really a pose she does. I don't think she has pocket hands either, actually. Yeah, I don't think she does, but I think there's like pockets built into the jacket so you can actually like put her hands in there. We'll take a look at that later on. But yeah, you might be able to get her arms crossed. Yeah, I think you would be able to using these butterfly joints. So yeah, pretty good butterflies right there. And then for the joint, ooh, you can see those really do pull out. These little caps right there help to cover up the gaps right there. So that's pretty darn cool. So you can have those out or you can put them in like that. Yeah, pretty freaking nice. And then the elbow, you only get a little over 90 degree right there. Certainly not optimal, but I think it's okay. I definitely always would prefer if an elbow can get all the way up. But again, the character, I don't think double jointed elbows are really all that necessary. As long as you can pull off those menacing poses, of course, and like her just standing there and looking intimidating and looking like the boss. And of course, her devil contract pose, which we'll talk about later on in the video. I think that's pretty much all you really need. So I don't really think I need to get too mad about these double jointed elbows right here. These are okay. I think they get the job done. And then for the hands right here, you've got, of course, the swivel right there going into a ball joint. Yep, little tiny ball joint right there. Super easy to pop those on and off, so that's nice. So yeah, plenty of movement right there. And then, of course, you got that joint right there at the torso, so you do get a little bit of forward. But as I said earlier, I think that was for the best. I like that they didn't break up the torso right there. I think it looks really, really good. And then, of course, you got the back as well, looking really, really good. And then for the legs, you've got a nice cutout right here. So yeah, really, really, really good leg joints right there. Yeah, that's really, really nice. And then a little bit of back as well. Ooh, look at that. Like, you can, like, bring those all the way out and then like have them up like that. That's kind of crazy, actually. Those leg joints are pretty crazy. That doesn't look too great, like bringing her legs out like that, and I don't think there's any way to really fix it. So yeah, that's not too great right there, but they do look pretty darn good like this. And again, I don't really think that that's a pose you'll probably use all that often, but that does look kind of bad. I definitely think I am gonna have to take a couple of points off for that. And then for the knees right here, not too much posability, only about up to there, so she can't kick her gigantic ass, but still looks it's still pretty good. Again, not a character I think you really need to get super dynamic poses with. And then for the feet right there, you got up, you got down, and you got a toe joint right there. Yeah, not really the most articulated figure. I think Denji gets significantly more articulation than she does, but it's okay. Like, she's not a character that I think you need to be doing crazy poses with. You need to be able to get her in crazy poses. Obviously, it's always nice to be able to do crazy stuff with the figure just because it's an action figure, but I don't think this is a character that really needs that to be like successful. Now, let's take a look at some comparisons right there. Of course, there she is with Denji and Power. Obviously, they look fantastic together. Again, though, I don't know, man. I'm sure this is accurate. I'm sure they wouldn't make her this size, like on purpose. I'm sure this is accurate, but I don't know. I don't think it looks that, like, aesthetically pleasing, but it's okay. As long as it's accurate, then I'm okay with it. I don't know, maybe if you, like, mess with it a little bit, have her, like, up front, being all menacing, put her hands behind her back like that, give her a standard Makima-like pose right there, and then have Denji in power behind her right there. Yeah, that looks pretty darn good. Yeah, I'm sure they did it right. Just I don't know, it's just a little bit weird actually seeing it in person. And here is the SH Figuarts Frieren, because she is like the smallest SH Figuarts ever. And you can see she's still a little bit taller than that. Yeah, this is such a tiny little figure, man. Not a bad figure, though. I still need to review it. I'm just kind of waiting till I go and finish Frieren so I can, like, talk about it more and be all fun with it. But yeah, I'm probably going to review this. And here is the SH Figuarts Meshul. We'll just bring in some more SH Figuarts here so you can get a look at how she looks with a bunch of other lines. Here's the SH Figuarts Sasuke. And here's the SH Figuarts Yuta Okotsu, which I actually grabbed a custom head sculpt of the Culling Games hair sculpt on eBay. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to get that. It says it's going to be a while, but I'm so super excited to get that. But yeah, again, I really, really love all of the different lines that SH Figuarts are making, and they're doing a bang-up job, man. I definitely think the Naruto line is the absolute strongest, but they're definitely not phoning in any of these. The Frieren figure maybe could have been a little bit better, but yeah, MASH is great. The JJK figures are obviously great, so yeah, they're really on. There's a reason why SHF is just totally on top right now. They really are doing a great job. And now so you can see how she looks with some other anime action figure lines, here is the amazing Yamaguchi Todoroki. Here is the Figma Zenitsu. Here's the JoJo Super Action statue Giorno Giovanna. And here's one I haven't brought in a while, Figma Ryuko Montoya. And I will say, I mean, the Amazing Yamaguchi figures and the Demon Slayer figures always look a little bit different because they're, like, very, very, very different art styles. But, like, if you look at, like, Giorno next to Makima, that looks pretty darn good. Right? Yeah, I think it still works. Again, she's a much smaller figure than I was expecting her to be. Like, look how she's compared to Todoroki. Todoroki is literally like twice the mass of the Makima here. But she comes with a ton of accessories, so I definitely think they made up for it with the accessories. But yeah, I trust Bandai. I'm sure they did their research and got the scale right. But it certainly is just a little bit off-putting when you actually look at it. Not bad, though, not bad. And I also wanted to show her real quick with Pochita and Meowie, just in case you wanted to see that as well. But before we jump into the accessories, I want to try one thing. So I feel like one very, very important thing about the Makima SH Figuarts, like ball joint in the torso, nah, I don't think that's really necessary. Full double jointed elbows, nah. But what I do think is absolutely necessary is I think she needs to be able to sit in a chair. So I have this chair right here, and I'm going to see, yeah, it looks like it's not going to be any problem. As long as you can get the legs 90 degrees, legs down like that, yeah, she can sit in a chair, and that is definitely going to look pretty good. I'm actually probably going to be using this chair for her display. So yeah, I mean, the chair is a little bit big, but yeah, I think that actually, yeah, that looks really, really good. So yes, she can sit in a chair, which I definitely think is probably one of the most important things this figure needs to be able to do. Okay, accessory time. I won't lie, I think these accessories do have quite a bit of weight to pull. They do look pretty darn cool, but the figure itself, it's good. Like, I don't really have any problems with it, but it's just kind of, yeah. Let's jump into the accessories. All right, let's start off with the faces. So, of course, the default face is that standard face right there. I said this one was a little bit off, so let's take a look at the other faces right here. I actually haven't really looked at these. So, we have a winking one. This one's great. Oh, yeah, this is a strong contender right here. This one looks really, really great. And then we have a... Yeah, this one's also pretty darn nice. Again, I think that the mouth is a little bit better on that. You can see the mouth is just a little bit more centered on that. Yeah, I dig this one. Do you see what I'm talking about right there? Like, look at where the nose is and where the mouth is. I definitely think it looks a little bit better on this one. So that's 2 wins, I think. Then we have this one. This one's definitely a win. I love this one. I did know that she came with this one. This one's great. Absolutely love this one. And then the last one is... Yeah, I mean, all these faces, like, the expressions aren't really that different, but they're all Makima expressions. Like, Makima, kind of an emotionless character, man. Just very, very menacing, doesn't really show a lot of emotion. But I think all these faces are pretty darn solid. So let's go ahead and take a look at how you change them. I'm sure it's probably just your standard pop off the fringe right there, pop off the face. Honestly, if I had to pick a bad face, I think this one, the default one, is probably the worst face. So let's take a look at this one right here. I think this one's kind of a neutral expression as well. So let's just see how that one looks. And boom. Yeah, it's pretty darn good. Not my favorite, but pretty good. Here's this one. I like this one. This one's pretty good. This is a contender for the best one. I don't know, man. This combined with like the hair and all that, once you actually put this on the face, that really, really brings out the Makima. I like the subtle movement in the mouth. It definitely gives you kind of a uneasy feeling, especially coming from those eyes and that hair and that face. And then this one, I like this one a lot. This one's very, very good. Melons? Like the fruit. Very, very cool. I really like this one. And last but not least, the winking face. This one is solid. I don't know. The movement of the mouth looks a little bit weird. She doesn't really look like she's like smug about it. I really think the faces were a very important thing to nail on this character. So I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed in a few of these, but the other ones I think are really, really good. This one's not awful, just not, I don't think this one is my favorite either. I think my favorite one is this one right here. Wait, was it this one? No, this one. This one is my favorite one right here. Oh yeah, that one is really, really great. All right, let's move on to the hands. So of course in the packaging as usual, you got fisted hands, and then she comes with a lot of hands. So you have a pair of splayed out hands, slightly different splayed out hands. Yes, these are two different hand couples. Two relaxed hands, always love it. Kind of a cupping hand or a come here hand. This hand kind of looks like she's like gesturing forward to you. Pretty cool. I like this one. A pair of finger gun hands. You guys know how much I love these. These are going to be fun to use. This hand with a sucker in it. An interesting accessory. I think you'll be able to have some fun with it in your Denji, though. Not too bad. Not one I don't think I use too much, though. And then my favorite pair of hands is the interlocked hands right here that will let you recreate her very, very menacing sitting pose. I'm very, very excited. I'm actually going to try it real quick. And it's really easy to switch these hands. I really, really like that. Yeah, these ball joints are super smooth. Just pop them off and pop them on. Very nice. And there you have it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. But I will say, I feel like if she had double jointed elbows, full double jointed elbows, I think there might have been a chance we could actually get them underneath her chin there, which would have looked way, way, way cooler. But I still like this. I still like this. I think I will probably have her displayed like this. Yeah, pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with this. But we do have a few more accessories to go over here. So we have the alternate legs, so you can get that pose. Man, they must have just been horny on main, man, because I can't think of a real reason why these would need to be included. But let's show how it looks. So I think we literally just need to pop off the legs right there. Yep, they come off super duper easily. This figure's pretty well refined. I think she might be the most like well refined. Ooh, this leg's actually a little bit harder to get on. Not too bad though. I think she's probably the most well refined of the Chainsaw Man SH Figuarts that I have collected so far. Pretty darn nice in my opinion. So make sure when you're popping these legs on, you got to get it underneath the butt sculpt right there, get it in the ball joint, and then just push them on right there. And there you go. There you have. Man, this kind of weird. It's kind of fun. It's kind of goofy. I can appreciate it. And I mean, it's more accessories. Like, I don't really think many people are gonna use these legs because, like, it's weird. It's kind of weird. But it's another accessory. You know, just something to help make the figure feel a little bit more worth her while. That's actually kind of fun. I kind of like that. Yeah, it's goofy, but I'm here for it personally. And for the final accessory, you got her jacket right here. Now, this is definitely going to be a interesting thing. We got a little thing right here. It feels pretty nice already right off the bat. It definitely feels pretty nice. I'm more like, this is a big deal for me because I feel like this is going to be like a little trial run for the Akatsuki robes. So, I don't imagine they're going to feel too much different than this. And this feels pretty good. I definitely can get behind this cloth if this is what we're going to be using for the Akatsuki robes later this year. Not too bad. And let's go ahead and get her in. And I think it shouldn't be too easy. Shouldn't be anything too bad. We'll just pop her hands off real quick. And we'll just bring her arms back. And I think we should be able to just slip her arms through the sleeves right here. Yeah, the felt and the cloth material is pretty darn nice on this. Pretty darn nice. Just get her arms in there. I knew it was going to be kind of a pain in the butt. There we go, not too bad. There we go, get them all the way in, bring her arms in like that. Also, of course, we also have to, can also think of this as a trial run for the Sage Mode Naruto as well. I keep forgetting that he's coming out too. And then you probably want to get her her ponytail out there. So we'll just pop her head off, bring that back a little bit, and Plug it back on right there. There you go. Have her ponytail out right there. There we go. And just get that kind of contoured around her torso. Okay, and then just pop the arms, the hands back on. And there you go. This looks okay. It still looks a little bit baggy. That's a common problem with soft goods right here, but it looks okay. And the material, I think, is acceptable. It definitely feels like a nice material. Doesn't feel like anything super duper cheap or anything. Yeah, it's okay. I think you could definitely make it look pretty darn good in display. I'm leaning more towards having her without this on the shelf personally. I don't know. I think it maybe could have fit her a little bit nicer, but it is like a trench coat, so it doesn't really need to fit her like super duper well. So yeah, I think it's overall a success. I think some people will definitely appreciate having this, but just the inherent problems with soft goods that comes into play, of course, here. You can't get the arms all the way at her side because the cloth is going to be bunched up in there, so you can't get her arms like all the way at the side, so it's going to look a little bit more poofy, a little bit more unnatural than it would look on an actual person, but it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad, but I think I'll probably be displaying her mostly without the jacket on, but it's not horrible. I give it like a B, like a solid B plus. I think they tried pretty well on it. And there you have the SH Figuarts Makima. Final thoughts? It's pretty good. I don't think it's a home run. I don't think it's a knockout of the park. And I wouldn't say it's the strongest Chainsaw Man SH Figuarts so far, but it's pretty good. The accessories switch out nicely. The articulation is solid. It's certainly nowhere near as articulated as like Denji or Power, but I think in some ways it is better for that. Like, I do like that they didn't include a big cut in the torso right there for the ball joint, because I don't think it was really all that necessary. And the extra articulation on the like ponytail back there is pretty darn good. And the accessories are fun. I do like that they included these legs right here. Kind of weird, but still pretty fun that they included those. And the jacket is okay. I don't think too many people are gonna have her displayed with the jacket, just because it's just the inherent problem with soft goods. Like, the Akatsuki robes are coming out later this year. They look like they really they look like they're gonna work a lot better than stuff like this, but I don't know. I still just think we haven't quite mastered the integration of soft goods into this, but this isn't bad. It's a decent attempt. I do think it's solid. So yeah, the figure's good. I do like it. My final grade, I do think it's a bit basic. I will say I definitely do think it's a bit basic. There's not really too much going on here, but where the Makima aspects of this come in, like those eyes, of course, the eyes, they did a really amazing job with those. And yes, the accessories there's some very Makima accessories in there. Where it comes in, I think it's solid. I think it's a pretty solid figure. So if you want a Makima action figure, I believe this is currently the only option, and I think it's a pretty solid option. Not too bad at all. I'm gonna give this figure a solid A. I definitely don't think it's anything like incredible, anything special. There's not really a ton going on with it, but if you want a Makima action figure, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this. I think you'll be pretty darn happy with it. So yeah, I think a solid A for the SH Figuarts Makima. And with that, thank you all so much for watching this video. Ooh, I want to try actually one thing before we leave here. What if we just take the jacket right here and drape it over the chair? Yeah, that's pretty cool right there. Yeah, I kind of like that. That actually is a good use for the jacket right there. So, you know what? Do I want to bump it up to an A+? No, we're going to stick with an A. I think this figure deserves an A. But yeah, that is pretty cool. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give me a like, subscribe for some more anime figure reviews in the future. I believe we are currently done with the Chainsaw Man SHF line. I don't think anything new has been announced. So yeah, that's a little unfortunate. I think a Kobeni would be pretty darn cool, although she'd probably be even more like tiny than this Makima right there. So I don't really know if that would actually work. But who else could they make? I don't know. I think they made pretty much everybody. Oh, they haven't made Aki. Figma made an Aki. I heard it was okay. So yeah, they could probably make Aki as well, but they haven't so far. So yeah, this is the last Chainsaw Man SH Figuarts has been announced. And I will also state that there is a Figma Makima coming out. I think I'm going to pass on it. I'm pretty happy with this SHF, but if you want another attempt at a Makima, you could check out the Figma, see if they did better job. And the Figma doesn't include a jacket, but you could use the SH Figuarts jacket on the Figma probably. So yeah, we'll see how that ends up turning out. We'll see which one the public prefers. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is DK Guillotine, signing out.